Okay, this is a video for later in the day on the 8th of January 2014, and this is about Pluto and who Pluto's working with positively and in a challenging way. Pluto is transformation. It's intensity and extreme, crises and trauma. It's purging, cleansing, detoxing, purifying. It's regenerating, rebirthing, transforming, and phoenix energy. Pluto in Capricorn is forcibly transforming the structures and boundaries of the organisations that we've lived under, whether it be government, corporate or feudal. The whole of the world dynamic around governance is in a state of transformation. At this time, Pluto is challenging and directly affecting certain groups of people, particularly those born on January 2 and 3, maybe January 1, 2 and 3 of any given year. Pluto's conjunct your sun. This is it. Change or die, metaphorically speaking. Similar energy is coming into the lives of those Aries born on April 1, 2, possibly 3, yes. And in an even more intense way, but much more fundamentally, yes, no, black, white, into the lives of those Cancerians born July 4, maybe 3, through to July 5, 6. And finally, into the lives of those Librans in a way that's fundamentally, there's no choice but to take certain steps over the coming year. Otherwise, run the risk of your own stability being permanently compromised. And that's particularly strong for Librans born around October 5, 6 and 7. Yet at the same time, Pluto's bringing some beautiful energy. Pluto's trining the sun, for example, of those people born, I suppose that'd be people born in Taurus around May 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And then those people born in Virgo in very early September, I would imagine. Yeah, around about September 4, 5, 6. So if you're born in the first couple of days of May or at the end of the first week of September, then Pluto's trining your sun over the coming year. Well, what a wonderful year for slow, steady, evolving confidence, maturity, consistency and solidity. And then Pluto, of course, is going to be sextiling the sun of those Pisceans born around the 2nd, 3rd, 4th of March, who have the opportunity to really bring a kind of regeneration into their lives, a kind of cleansing and a releasing and letting go of old patterns. And at the same time, Pluto's bringing also a sextile of opportunity into the lives of those Scorpios born around November 4, 5, 6. You're in an excellent position to be able to look back on past times and use it as a springboard for the future, knowing what not to do. Pluto works in ways that are unconsciously regenerative, no matter how manifest the process is, whether it is crises and trauma and sudden endings or life-changing circumstances, which is most common, but that's because humanity simply don't listen to their signals and they will not let their psychological unconscious subconscious have an input. They're indoctrined against it. However, some people, particularly those this year who I mentioned at the sort of start of March and May and November and September, you're in a good space this year to be able to break that conditioning and to develop a sense of confidence and maturity and, dare I say it, regardless of your age, wisdom, that should then become permanent. And here the positive side of Pluto, the snake shedding its skin and the caterpillar turning into the butterfly really comes to the fore. But for those of you who are getting Pluto square your sun, those of you born around the end of the first week of January and July, or the middle of the first week of January and July, and perhaps also April and October, yeah, Pluto's squaring your sun, and it's going to be, to an extent, I'm afraid, a continuation of the last year or so. However, this is the last year. Grin and bear it, persevere. It's like a birth. Painful, but ultimately purifying, cleansing, and you can be the best you can be after this. Happy Pluto transit, folks.